Thank you. You may have a seat. Back again, good morning, Lo Yumi, everyone. Right, Honorable Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, all ministers, and President Lo Chamber of Commerce, Representative Lo Chamber of Commerce, civil society, members of parliament, well present this morning as well, and all government officials. Thank you for making time respond and come this morning. And you make up program is stop lo front lo Yumi and we been delayed small. Our apologies from shipment spacing or we tell them earlier. But you may come today with them a team, low revenue forum, and the team is a shared responsibility for our nation building. And today you may look forward to one open discussions. Feel free to ask him questions. And by Yumi Savekaram will respond. And before Yumi go with the program, where you stop, and we facilitate Yumi all time, lo Yumi putum tea forum protete lo handle Bigman ask him guidance play him lo hemi start with him Yumi and lead him Yumi through all discussions protete. And with them, me ask him executive officer of Ministry of Finance, blow him make one talk pray before you get on with them program same way stop. Thank you.
Thank you. You may everyone close him eyes and may you may pray. Papa God, Lord heaven, we thank you so much for this beautiful morning. Will you give him Lomivla come together? Lord forum Lord this morning. Papa God, me will always got limitation. And so therefore me will ask him blow you blow kite more lead me will especially all moderators more get away body leading panel discussion Lord this morning. Papa God, me pray in a very special way that may your guidance through the Holy Spirit blow you blow kite me will has by me will deliberate discuss Lord Ding Lord this morning. We will like glory in praise and glory. Come back glory throne blow you in Jesus' name. We will stop pray. Amen.
Thank you, Executive Officer. You may proceed with them all items where you start our agenda. Keynote address for this morning by him delivered by the Right Honorable Prime Minister. Thank you, Lehem. Blohem is have a start with them this morning. Blohem is have a delivery remarks, Blehem. And me stop go Lord Honorable Prime Minister Blo Savekam more delivery remarks, Blehem. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. Master Blow Ceremony, Deputy Prime Minister, with them all government ministers, all members Blow Parliament, all Kadalo, our President Blow VCCI, Kadalo Private Sector, DGs, directors, every government officials, more you may everyone where you may stop here this morning, one very good morning. For the first time we may sabe lugum that place me fully packed lo you me everyone, which is a very good and a very positive sign. And mitalam thank you lo you follow back in where you will have come. And today by you me discuss him some of the ting block government where me of interest lo you me everyone. Again, one very good morning. I'm pleased today to be able to open this important revenue forum. We are now entering the final 5 years of our National Sustainable Development Plan. By 2030, when we reach 50 years of nationhood, our people will judge us not by our promises, but by the results we have delivered. To succeed, we must ensure that the government has the resources needed to provide services, invest in growth, and build resilience. That means strengthening our revenue base. Article 7 of our Constitution is very clear. Every person has a responsibility to contribute as required by law according to his means to the revenues required for the advancement of the Republic of Vanuatu and the attainment of national objective. This forum is about dialogue and the importance of responsibility and contribution. Today, we will consider different options, how we could improve VAT collection and strengthen customs, what is the potential of virtual assets, and where we can identify new tax streams, amongst others. I ask of you to participate constructively, to weigh the reforms before us, and to remember that a strong, fair, and sustainable revenue system is essential to achieving the vision of the NSDB and securing Vanuatu's future. Now, before me conclude, Office Blow me and Office Blow Ministry of Trade and Agriculture, we will be having another forum. And me invite them every business houses or got a law private sector. You got one more dialogue what them government in relations to different investments. What them talk here, me got this honorable officially declare this revenue forum me open. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. Your speech this morning more also opening law forum, revenue forum, and you may continue discuss today, and before you may go further Lohemia by you may now give this opportunity call Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance and Economic Management. Blow him is give him Dr. Plehem and also set them the scene for discussions this morning before you miss all presentations where all team Bali only make him. Madam Hemia, me now give him this opportunity, call Deputy Prime Minister, to deliver him remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Long Director General. Good morning, lo yumi everyone. Me realize some environment de miten silelebet lo house. Me wonder welcome you voila. on behalf of the government. We want to tell them thank you for participation, a very strong participation. You me everyone will you miss up here. And we want them tell them you will do so you will relax. Relax. Tone them down, temperature go down. Because this is the third meeting, second in Villa, where government and start organizing, block out dialogue with them private sector, valued private sector partners for you. That's the spirit of governance, and that's the spirit of having this important forum today. You will relax. This morning, we got one headline, Law Daily Post, about an amount of investment in infrastructure, Law Ambayantana, to the tune of 54.9 billion Fatu. Now, anybody think that is possible? Have me one misinformation. It's a misinformation. Somebody have me not listen carefully. Somebody was running ahead of the game and have me with them. It's out in the public. But perhaps too, have me remind them, you will need to look at one strong presence of government in terms of public relations work, so that people get fed with the right type of information. Yesterday or the day before, they got one information to have me flow out, the Chamber of Commerce, which again, they may want misinformation. But again, that's the reality of life. You may stop it today, but you may talk about options. The government wants to dialogue with you on possible revenue options. Are we ready for this? Are we ready for this? Are we ready for this? I'm spirit. Honorable Prime Minister, my colleague ministers, valued private sector representatives, government officials, I want to reiterate the remarks made by the Prime Minister on the importance of having every person contribute as required by law according to his means to the revenues required for the advancement of the Republic of Vanuatu and the attainment of the national objectives. This is important as we try to chart a future direction for revenue collection in the country, and we keep a clear focus on the reasons why we are doing this. Support the attainment of national objectives. What does that mean? That means if you want to build and modernize a good hospital, you need about 72 billion Fatu. The Central Hospital, Yumi. If you want to build all the infrastructure, you need billions of Fatu. If you want to build a wharf, if you want to subsidize businesses, you need a lot more revenue. What we're getting is not enough. So I can't just sit behind the desk and make a decision. We have to talk to our partners. That's why it's critically important. Let me give you an economic outlook. Vanuatu's economy is forecast to grow in real terms by 3.7% in 2025, up from 2.2% in 2024. This is driven by post-earthquake reconstruction and recovery. We want to keep this rate of growth and go even further. Our GDP per capita in 2011 was about $3,000 per person. In 2024, it was estimated at around $3,500, a rate of growth of only 1.2% average a year. If we look at the average for the Pacific, excluding Australia and New Zealand, their per capita GDP has grown at 2.5% average a year during that same period. This 1.2% rate of growth doesn't even exceed price inflation. When we look in real terms, what the economy has actually produced per person, this picture is more concerning. Since 2011, real GDP per capita has fallen 8%, while it has grown by 20.9% average in the average of the Pacific in the same time, which means the government, we all need to invest. We need to invest in infrastructure. We need to invest in roads. We need to invest in health. We need to invest in schools. More importantly, our people. Our growth is broad-based, and our investment needs to continue to support this, because only with a sectorally and geographically diverse economy will we be able to withstand shocks. In agriculture, we have seen an expansion of cover exports and growth, and this year, agriculture is expected to grow at 2.7%. In the industry, it is expected to grow as fast as 8.1% growth in 2025, reflecting construction and infrastructure projects linked to earthquake recovery. In services, are projected at 3.9% growth, supported by strong visitor arrivals. Air arrivals up by 362% on year-on-year in June 2025, and stimulus measures being undertaken by the government. Briefly, in terms of the fiscal outlook, to be able to invest in our economy, we need revenues. We need fiscal space. We need adequate fiscal space. I'm pleased that fiscal performance in 2025 so far has been better than expected. Revenues reached 27 billion Vatu by June 2025, 59.8% of the annual target, and 42% higher than the same period in 2024. Though VAT remains the main source of tax revenue, it also creates vulnerability. And VAT we were able to have 7.2 billion Vatu collected by June 2025, which is 52.5% of target. Looking forward, the government is pursuing broad revenue reforms, and I underscore that. Broad revenue reforms to look at our options for revenue. We cannot be discussing this unilaterally as government. We have to discuss this with everybody, and that is the spirit of this forum embraced by this government. Earlier this year, the Council of Ministers approved the creation of an overall revenue strategy setting out administrative reform like the rollout of Vanuatu sales monitoring system and new revenue management system, alongside policy reforms including the holistic look at our current tax system, our fees, charges, licenses, taxes, to see where we can generate more revenue in a way that supports the growth of the economy. And I want to reiterate, government hemi make a nationwide consultation finish Luputuma sales monitoring system. Me ask him, you me everyone, you me help him government ensure say you me collect them revenue where me due according to law government, which means when by government, when by me strengthen them compliance and measures, punitive measures, lo orgatawa only no comply. And hemi no one had something, hemi want something where you me talk about together. We hope these administrative changes will ease interactions with the tax office for businesses, improve efficiency of collection, and improve cane. But we also acknowledge that we need to look at revenue policy measures too, measures that will require collective debate, shared responsibility, and a willingness to balance today's needs with the long-term vision of the National Sustainable Development Plan by 2030. As we prepare for the final 5 years of the NSTP, which have come quickly upon us, we must set a course that secures fiscal sustainability by broadening the revenue base and can deliver public services to all communities in the country and meet the ambitions of the National Sustainable Development Plan. Distinguished valued stakeholders, to open our session for today, we will begin with a series of presentations that will provide deeper insights into the current revenue performance and outline proposed future directions. These presentations will cover key areas such as recent fiscal achievements, challenges faced, and the strategic reforms underway to strengthen our revenue systems. This session will be an opportunity to share your perspective, address concerns, and collaboratively explore how best to support the government's vision for a sustainable and inclusive revenue framework. I want to encourage all of you to actively participate in this discussion, as it is essential that our collective ideas and commitments guide us together towards achieving our national objectives and the goals set out in the National Sustainable Development Plan. Esteemed Honourable Prime Minister and colleague ministers and valued private sector partners, this is the end of my speech. But me want to again HM Yuvala, Yumi Tok Tok, as presentations and me go, and by moderator and me guide the Yumi discussions. Share with dignity your perspectives on how you could best guide the government in raising more of the revenue that we need to build our wharves and aviation sector, airports, and other things. Thank you. God may bless you, everyone, this morning.
Thank you, Deputy Prime Minister, same time Minister of Finance and Economic Management. Plus, set them seen, I mean, very clear this morning that this forum, I mean, revenue, and it got all presentations where Ministry of Finance by Hemi present them this morning. And I mean more to do with them revenue. And by me, I touch also small growth outlook for this year and revenue collections to date, and also all prospects for the remaining months of this year. By ICAT also two NARA presentations. One by Hemi presented by the Customs Department, more detail into all tax where government is to collect them, and also all revenue reforms where government is to undertaken, and also Yumi Harem, Deputy Prime Minister Hemi make mention law VAT monitoring system or vulnerable sales and monitoring system where regulation Blehemi been signed law Tana, and by ICA more clear law team law customs where time you must expect them roll out, and how private sector and government by Tufalai collectively Karamoto duties with under law tax, and also speech law this morning Hemi very clear law all tax where government stop collect them. So my first presentation where ministry put them out this morning. Just one brief presentation built on law talk with Deputy Prime Minister make him law side law economy growth and all sectors will contribute law economic growth and then also by me briefly touch law fiscal performance up to mid of this year. Plus, so law you me how the performance had gone far the first half of this year and all plans where government got in place law Karamot law time way come. Presentation let me stop law run blow you me and first slide let me just one introduction more outlook by me go straight law that slide and lo place here by you me look the economic outlook more one now me stop drive and growth lo first half blow year and it got a number of factors where only contribute low growth and you may been harem earlier that growth may supported by few key sectors and it got stimulus where government have been put them out earlier though this year. Also visitors arrival. Also you may be looking. It got more arrivals lo first half of year. Time you looking all data blehem. Occupancy rate lo hotels also indicate them here. More flights lo this year compare lo same time lo last year. And you may have all airline companies lo Australia where only stop currently travel come lo Vanuatu with them all tourists and me rely basing more information more lo business survey where team lo finance and me karamot lo earlier lo this year quarterly statistical indicators where start service put them out and also me will use some to some other source of data flow support them projections where you may look at low side blow inflation inflation hemi start blow moderate but not everywhere dime you may look him low all places of Semtana what them low look and feel even swim low you may that all prices only been go up whereas low portfolio increase but a slower rate compared to all Narvala places. Low side blow all drivers blow growth. Agriculture sorry before me call low agriculture no more amounts of import cover 8 months. One indication blow stability. Stab minimum no more say government got that foreign reserves blow save minimal all imports up to 8 months. All contributors low growth low this year. Agriculture remain robust. And supported plan there by all crops, cotton and food, more two, ikat all narvala crops where only contribute lo growth lo agriculture. Ikat some weakness lo export. You may aware say time earthquake may happen last year, and apatwa ikat some challenge lehem and hemi base lo survey we me team lo mi vilai pin karamot lo iya that oli pin kat delay lo all plans flow export and export hemi pin slightly decline for lemol impact flow earthquake. And by you may look low overall growth where me projected plus sector ya emi 2.7% and hemi increase from a 2.2% low 2024. So me try and stop move or something happy. Lo industry sector growth them been Emilio growth them supported planted by construction and one low proxy where you may look at me import construction materials and relate more recovery projects, demolitions where list up taking place low CBT and also all recovery work where list up go ahead. Even slow little bit low beginning blow year, but then towards mid of year growth, emi stop pick up. Manufacturing sector, emi revised down. Fortunately, cruise ship where only in low first half blow year, and only just you may just look ship, emi just ship cruise ship start lokam. Water more electricity hemi up hemi folem no more trend lo construction or same way mi pintalem earlier and overall growth lo sector ya hemi 1.7%. Last year, and it got one increase, this year, 8.1%. And hemia, you may expect them blow further increase next year, and for them all planned and execution projects where only plan, only roll out end of this year and also next year. Mostly all recovery projects. Well, service sector, we've been touched earlier, Lehem, visitors arrival, you may look, pick up, first half, year, and also supported by the occupancy rate, hotels, villa, full up, hotels only occupied for them increase visitors arrival where only travel come to Vanuatu. Wholesale and retail trade, wholesale and retail trade. Hemia two only recorded one strong growth, and you may expect him service sector employee me remain solid for the remaining of this year and continue on the next year. Inflation mostly driven by food prices. Mostly driven by food prices. Low this time, and you may expect them low, moderate, and also some places price may increase, and the others price may still moderate or may increase, but a slower rate compared to Narvala areas. Lo side lo GDP, in real terms, have been increased since COVID. You may survey got a number of disaster only happened after the earthquake, and also after the COVID, and last year you may also face them earthquake. So growth been affected the last few years, and lately you may look some sign blow growth start blow pick up. Revenue performance, next part of the presentation, and by me quickly go through LOHEM. All revenue performance to date, collection blow revenue against budget blow this year, but you may look at performance and also all plans whereby you may discuss more later. Our policy reforms where government by me work LOHEM. Our major revenue source, local government, you must have a look, value-added tax, excise import duties, and non-tax revenue. And one low non-tax revenue and big contributor low revenue now, the citizenship program. So 29% non-tax, and 33 contribution below VAT, 8% excise import duty, 9% also semi-stable screen. Government revenue low past 10 years. Basically, you may want to show them trend no more. Low revenue. And by you must have a look, say, continue increase the overall government revenue over the years, except 2024. Also, we stop slight decline, but the trend where we stop, we stop showing one increase of government revenue. Performance flow revenue up to June. 83% of other revenue already been collected. Other revenue, the citizenship program, 80% collected. I can stack it blow this year, already 83%. FATEMI stop perform on track up to June, 53%. And overall government revenue for the first half of the year, 59.8%. Next slide, show monthly performance. By have a look, you got some low revenue lines, also external grant, only followed a little bit. You got times where you may expect more grant slowly coming, but then only not coming, only coming low. The other months low year. In particular, one when we want to point them out, low February. Manis low February, so we look stop low slide. Nara revenues fat. The previous slide, more stable, and now government want them a stable revenue. And from each month, government must meet all obligations play him. He got all dues, all payments he need he made, and he got time where you may rely plenty low cash. Therefore, stable revenue very important low government. Excise, quite challenging compare VAT with them citizenship or same way we tell them earlier, and one indication too say it got well of Vanuatu it got less consumption of alcohol. Time you may look trend here with them on Nara Pacific Island countries only consuming plant alcohol, therefore only stop collecting planted tax law hemia. Law yumi law country excise way collect law alcohol and quite low, and not only the level of consumption but also all that well stop consuming alcohol. Tariff yes. One or two final slide. Tariff me expect them slightly decrease, and one area whereby government need to work plan from all free trade agreements. And one challenge for side revenue or free trade agreements really give you more challenge to local government. Side all export where all is coming. And the final slide, Blomi, you got need explore more revenue options and expand and pace flow revenue, not just concentrating both filler and look and feel, but the need low. Look all Nara revenue initiative to all Nara provinces. And also it got need strengthen and compliance, and presentation to compliance by more into detail time customs making presentation blame. Prime Minister, ministers, President Lord Chamba, and all MPs, thank you, Lord Yufula, we're establishing. Thank you. And I mean, presentation, me. Thank you. All Q&A, same way we start, I have me come after all presentations, and by me move ko customs. I customs he come make one presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, TG. Good morning, everyone. Right, Honorable Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister with them all ministers, President lo Chamber lo Commerce, all General Manager lo Business House, Business Community, all development partners where you stop, government officials, friends and families where you will stop. Good morning, everyone. Yes, I think me no need him introduction. Every man you will have a good me. Me been stop here for quite a while, and me over those years me been got one very good relations with them. You will especially the private sector. Me no one you will face we've been meeting each other almost every day. So the time me glad say you will come plan day. Me no one first time you be meet. We've had a series of conversations. One me been held a few months back. Lo narfla potru mantabia. So also you mi harem big fly economic outlook focus where TCM mi present them lo yumi tete lo morning by presentation lo mi delve little bit go inside lo a few details and then by me expand them more lo narfla work where Mr. Kam. I think you've been reading from the media. All narfla work where Mr. Mekem lo tram step him up VAT collection blimi and VAT has been around for 27 years actually. But you may got some reform work where we stop with, you may improve a little bit lehem. So I'll just take you through a few figures, but you stop look also way stop ya. A few trends, but you may look all story and also medalem the global figures, teach you me present them finish, by me no spend them too much time lem. May make them some comparison no more and then you may look all spending is just as usual. We all know where the infrastructure set up and all kind of. Overall comparison blehem and then you may look how you may try and focus them work what you may next year only go and how you may improve VAT collection. So by comparison you may look all budgets where have been appropriated to Parliament in the past. They come since 2020. Coffee them hit them you may everyone. Me do me struggle small and as you can see above there, government may allocate them one budget lo 16 billion, me short by 2 billion. Lo 2021, me come up lo me hit him collection target lo me by just 100 million over. And then 2022, he drop again. 2023, he pick up. I think the highest when me hit him mark lo me last year. But then this year onwards, you may still stop lo manis plo August. And I think me note them all earlier talk say me around 52, but so far me hit him 62 finish. So suppose where you look, all these years, semiana me trend play you me. The figures you've been look earlier. So overall, semiana me start lo pluma kandap. As 31 me lo orange magia. That's the value added tax, consumption tax play me. So you must have a look over those years. Even though all economic shocks may affect them, but we still have a steady consumption market. Lo Vanuatu. You mean say you may consume more. Also, everyone you will have the more you consume, the more you sell, the more me do me collect. So you may got one very steady. But time we come on narvala taxes yana, you look at supply import duty with them excise, look green part ya. Hemi no been that steady compared to VAT. And I think we all know the story or the rationale behind that one. And Nemiana make him say, you look at me up and me go down. Of course, me all tariff commitment blow you me. And then the last one down, me issue non-tax revenue, me a business license with them road tax. So over the years, time where you compare them, and we also focus lo GDP growth rate lo yumi. It's been a steady growth rate. I know there's some arguments out there. Lo way we only project them growth rate lo GDP. But in any case, hemi now sign blehem lo overall fat contribution blimi kam lo way li mesaram economy. So you have a look hemi steady on comparison between budgeted revenue with the actuals start lo 2020, 21, ikam kasem 24. Hemi the same slide yan now, we been swim lo you early. Well, figures plem lo detail, me been mention them. So, by me no kotumas lo hemi, I think tichi mi touch lem finish. Better where you may make a comparison going forward. I mean, between this year or last year. Also, you may harem. So far this year, me collect them around 62% finish. And I got some loan collections play me well, you know, up to date yet. Lol channels play me lo Ministry of Finance. I could have been more. But also, me now you may look when we missed up. Comparison play him by revenue type. Normally, all non-tax play me around 1 billion no more. VAT. This time around last year, so some you stop look at January to April. So this slide was prepared even before. But me stop telling you, we live one as of this morning before I walked in here. Me around 62. By province, me one issue me. So as you can see, them were contribution me lo one province. So some say me one consumption regime. But you look where you miss set up reflection blame me know so much low them where he stop happen on ground. And that has been the trick of law reform blame lo site lo VAT. Hemi one all for tax, hemi stop since 1998 come. But you me want them make them say you me improve even better, more me better reflect them. Consumption play you me low one area where you me come out them. And that would have also reflected the shared contribution play you me from go inside lo basket lo VAT. That's where you may try to head them. So suppose you look lo place here. Okay, there's a point here. Wemsefa province. Oh, here. Okay, suppose you look, you may lo place here. Okay. Thank you, Loemia. Around 1,500 registered. Hemia now, Mr. Lugivula now, yeah. This is the figure where you may reflect them registration, you may lose. And thank you, Lugivula. Everyone where you may come in the morning. This is you. You now shared contribution, you may around, how much is this? 83.3%. Well done, congratulations. You should give him one people a club you want from you now, you contribute to one lo basket. All Narvala province play you me only lack behind, and we all know where you me decentralized small service play me go behind. Second, of course, Sanma province. And where is Sanma? And up here, around 270 registered. And shared contribution plol kita around 16.2, suppose I play good. Yes. And then followed by, which one by me next one? Malamba? Where is Malamba? Here. All kita mas yet, 39. With a shared contribution of 0.12. And then followed by who? Tafea, I suppose? Yep, 31. And then Penama, 23. And then Torpa, we got 12 VAT registered businesses low. So I think, well, good for colleagues, now, you may stop look. Where you may set up and what we stop. We all know where the money is going to. We have free demand law infrastructure where we don't need to repeat him. This first slide, I think, teach me present them you may finish. So far as you can see, VAT is still around 33% low overall government revenue. It's predominantly the largest. And also, thank you now. You've live run where you've like stop sit down till the morning. 29% here, maybe one more from program low citizenship and stop inside. Sorry, the 21, including the non-tax, what them import duties. Okay, going forward to next year. I think I know one reason why we want them sincerely acknowledge them, you everyone, because we'll be working together on a few reform initiatives. I think you've left on, you've lay away. We've been seeing out them 1 or 2 meetings for them policy directive where Honorable Deputy Prime Minister may give him. So this is 2025 budget, around 24 billion, but my target has gone up to 27 Plo 2026 next year. So, please yan namin itim help lu yulem and we really appreciate them. The telo morning you become big one plan day. In total, there's around 3,000 of us registered law VAT office. We are all in the system ever since when you first came and register. But you may want them work, lo improve you may no. It's not a new thing. Our regional neighbors have already done it. The likes of Fiji and Samoa. So hemena when you may want them call them. To look where me stop. You may look to the trend lo excise what them duty, you may not that stable. So you got small thing stop, lo you may fence out, lo expand them excise base, tax base lo excise. Of course you may have everyone. You may not have one good pick for the manufacturing sector, stop lo you may be. Have something thing where me stop lo you may have a look call them. I think in a way you may blow try help shift him you may call domestic production blow you may agriculture sector. There's not very many big attention mo focus ko lo sector ya. Although you may tell me big full of backbone economy, but that's what's supposed to supplement. Every consumption blow me Mr. Lugia import ya. But the domestic production, that's where our focus need to call him. So I think by me ask him, sorry. Can you go to the last slide? Try and press them Sunday no more. Sorry, Patria, I think it's flat. Just go to the last. Okay. So, how do we work together? I think we've been stop talem small 1 or 2 meetings way past. Sales monitoring system, how it works. Those of us who came in 1 or 2 series of presentations, you would have already noted infrastructure setup. The only thing you may start making wiki anaya, you may register now. Those of us sitting in this room, I'm grabbing on this opportunity. Also, one very good opportunity. Me start informing you everyone. Please do so. Registration by me live website. In fact, it's already there. After this, by me ask my ID, only go through the website, and then you may stop go inside. You may register. Me block more detail. You may no more, and then you may start move on. Enrollment phase. I think those of us where you may been start for them news. On legal framework plan may come into effect finish law number 1 August this year. And coincidentally, number 1 August, me 27 years old, of VAT. That was the birthday of that. So straight time you may move go inside to law, new framework. Whenever you stop look lo hemia, me all SD card no more, whereby me like if you me come lo yuvala, lo yuvala is a butum lo la point of sale system. It's an SD card. I think those of us, you may no pin karem good directive or advice lo how lo you may engage. Please indicate lo you may got some more further detail or by me tell them say small segmented groups. What them you may if you need more information. All staff lo me only staff me if have a camera on lo story and what them you may more. But I guess at this stage, post we may have a call them. Ideally, pull them out website, TCIR, it's already loaded there. Registration form and stop. Just tap in the VSMS registration. You go inside, you enter a multi-detail where website may require them, and you are in the registry. Next part lehem, after when me fly look registration blue now, by me fly just come around, you may make a mol narfla walk, personalize a mol you may business registration me based on TIN number and then that's where I give you the card when me been showing you earlier. It's the same visa debit card here you look ANZ Bank and me stop give him. It's the same type of card. Then me come with them one small microchip lehem. So all your selling point, you have access to data, and it's about how you file them VAT return income. System you know, it's an infant stage we stop. The more you go next year on, by you improve on plante. even to the extent where you may want them go online filing and online payment, lo make them say you cut comfort law business premises play you while you stop conducting business. We should be walking through automation frontier, lo make them say you cut one ease of doing business. And of course that's where we want to go. When they make them life easy, you continue to sell to business. If like I'm no more from the 15% portion of your sale. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Lord, and send me everyone.
Thank you, Director Customs. You make one final presentation of FVC, virtual assets. One area where revenue policy reform area where government may start exploring. There's a lot of potential in there. And by Yumi, harem lol kata, oli make a presentation. Keep him all questions he stop after law Hemia, and then by Yumi movie call Q&A. Thank you.
Prime Minister with them all ministers, law government, all honorable members of Parliament, distinguished guests, everyone we present today, Mika Tonaya, blow stand up, blow make one small presentation, law Virtual Assets Act, where Parliament pass them law May law iya. Presentation ya mi valai bil make finish law members law Vanuatu Finance Center, we only responsible law companies, and this morning mi valai just carry one request blow come so bamino go through every application, but me just paste 10 slides no more, and then we must ask him some questions. So you may cut one act of parliament where you may call them Federal Assets Service Providers Act. For short, you may call them FASP, Act number 3 of 2025. Let me blow establishing virtual assets, virtual tokens or virtual assets. Virtual assets. You may run, special management, but understanding blow, me follow with them assistance blow, or expert will help them VVC blow draft them legislation. And we basically deal with them digital assets, where we deal with them cryptocurrency. One example, blame me Bitcoin. So you may stop one them color area. That's why you may establishing this for legislation. Thank you, Law Parliament, we pass them. Last year, you know, been some pass, but this year, thank you, Law Government, we pass them. Make them say, you Mr. want to move law area. VFC, small background blame, law 2011, and we start a permanent residence program. Slowly, law 2014, and we upgrade them law citizenship program, which is now we go back law relevant office where list of them. And this time, we want them come up with them this one, which is virtual assets. But I got some challenges where you Mr. face them, so by me deal with them 10 slides here no more, and then maybe you should ask him some questions or receive them for later. So Bambai me focus no more virtual asset service providers. Who is apply? Lo he become one service provider, lo deal with them virtual assets. To another one, initial token offering with them fintechs, sandbox, me technical to mass, even me do me not got experience lo area, so Bambai me local all straight man, but me provided for under lo legislation we stop now. Okay, I think blow me clear no more say virtual assets. I mean no semak lo stable coins. Stable coins hemi one way you me save also fiat currency we Reserve Bank lo Vanuatu hemi control them. So that's why they deal with them virtual assets. Hemi want something we hemi volatile, hemi change, hemi all you operate lo internet. Make them say Bambai you must be clear lo difference. Legislation we stop, hemi no deal with them stable coins, hemi virtual assets no more. So since government has passed some legislation, FVC hemi take full up step ahead finish. Hemi issue more guidelines, all application form, hemi put to me call website, and every members of the finance center, including members of the public, only got access law application form where hemi stop. He got some interest to come, and then you may assess him. And currently he got 3 more interest to come, but biggest challenge but we talk about yet, hemi lo site no fees. Full up only raise hemi lo issue no fees. So please, time where you got any client who have interest to apply from virtual assets, you access them website, and you got every guidelines, more application form, way stop. So you may stop making work because FVC have also one contributor to revenue block government. Last year he gave him 330 million equal government as part of revenue collection plan, and therefore you may want them push to me, you want them try to make them say revenues have go more help them government do me, and that's the reason why meeting say Mr. Lopez help them government block collection revenue. So all classes blow license here, and technically got more provision inside the law. You talk about how now you shall apply from one license. But by me no go through him, but me skip straight you all fees blame. So you one registered agent where you present today, and now or license where you shall apply from under law virtual assets act where Parliament has been passing. So you got class D, you got class D1, class D2, class D3, more class 4D. And me I Mr. Blolo. And me I part where me want them end them small presentation below me from me to do with them fees. Since Parliament me pass them fees here, I mean legislation here, all fees here, me fees where government na me tell them lo fee FVC say you must put them all fee me also now. Although me like at preference law fees where me town lelepet because me like comparing with them all other jurisdictions, but assurance block government ni come say fee me now by me pay them blow revenue, which is good. But since me like pass them legislation first seminar with them all finance center only first reaction block say fee me too high. So by you look law class D fee blame no more 100 million. Application fee blame 20 million. I may wonder we start legislation. Thank you law all reactions so far, and thank you law government law through law Ministry of Finance. Law you may have look law how you may have amend them. Also me since you may pass some legislation, you got all interest you planned, by only raise and plan the issue law fees. So by you may look law volumes, you got plan the volume law application, then you may have look law reduction law fees. But Minister of Law Finance me aware him, and then me stop making one policy paper law come law. You may say make one amendment law. All interested people only have apply from. So I mean all fees waste up. Me 40 different class. Me just choose one number where me 100 million. But most of them is 100 million batu. Application fee alone me 20 million. You got full up reaction. The businesses won't be here in Vanuatu. But you know got on man Vanuatu me in Ketchlem. It's all offshore. It's all internet based, virtual assets. Therefore. You may got all assistance where all your system you may have all expert of financial action task force, all issues from money laundering, terrorist financing, everything you may take them on board. But fees now have me one issue with stop now. So me like come today, blow make a presentation say if you ever see him ready. Whether government may want them go ahead with them fees, or you may have reduce them, blow help them all people blow only apply from, and then you may go ahead blow make a money blow government. So I mean by me stop the place and then you got all other challenges where by FVC is the first time now. Me time me come up with one new product. All people products blame use EU, ABG on money, Asia Pacific Group on money laundering, financial action task force. Everyone only carry virtual assets come low radar. Time only carry come low radar and then only put them all blockage. Lo make them say, Bamba, you may not have progress law area because only things say maybe you may not capable. So therefore, one issue issue for EU blacklisting, where them issue law money laundering. When I got all big mandate me, only stop law. Japan I only start attend them one meeting. But I got one big mutual evaluation next year. Palikam only take them this new product where you may not cut any application yet, but take them also one something where or use them can say me blow assess me. So I mean all challenge where FVC and me like put me gamble, Kafmani took no lens, but got any way where you may deal with them all particular issues where you may all technicians, you may not got power blow again, then by help them blow, you may say promote them protect. I think by me stop blow blessings supposed to okay. Ikat one another one, also me tell them the place here, say Pampai you may have work with them Reserve Bank of Vanuatu. Legislation here, I must work with them Reserve Bank of Vanuatu. Also, you must have a Reserve Bank, I regulatable of financial institutions, and it likely say, I tap into the boundary blockada, and me will been talk blande with them government, will invite them Reserve Bank, how you must have make them some consequential amendments, allow them, you work. Otherwise, Bamba you face some challenge with Reserve Bank, no support him. But in terms of consultation, before bill come into being, you got planned consultation, Reserve Bank part blame, and now you just want them this collaboration blow, you must have make them revenue block government. Thank you. Me presentation me long on too much, so me just stop no more all fees. But VFC me committed blow pusum legislation ya. Also me tell all guidelines already finished. But I think all fees now pambay. You me work me got 3 application na ya well interest blow 100 million license fee and VFC stop assessing. Also me want to tell them say maybe government is having some direction how me will work. Either you me continue blow adhere law one way EU or whatever you want them, or you may open them up gate, people only come inside, only work with them and then you may find them you may sanction them, and then you may confiscate them all assets. You got full up way to deal with them. But it's just one way where we will look at them maybe one challenge. But otherwise, legal system is stable place, application form is stable place. The only thing I am all fees where we look first reaction, people will look say fear me high to us. Thank you.
Thank you, VFSC, law presentation, law virtual assets and stable coins. All presentations only finished now, and next, by me movie call law Q&A. Ikat tea, coffee, refreshment is stop outside. Please have you. Suppose you want them cook one tea. And by you may start with them all questions. Back again, forum law today, me specifically on revenue. All questions, law expenditure, perhaps by me got 1 hour for time blame. But you may want to focus law discussions, law revenue. Today, all questions, contributions play you by me help them government. And with them here, by me look now me open for Q&A. Please lift them up, hand to you. He got all mic around, introduce him you, and then ask him a question to you. Time specific, more direct or presentation or questions surrounding revenue. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Ministers, Honourable Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, Honourable Ministers, Members of Parliament, DGs, and most importantly, business houses, Mani Vanuatu. It's given me a great pleasure as the Chairman of the Chamber of Commerce to actually be starting the conversations and the discussions in regard of going and moving way forwards. We feel and we understand the challenges that the Vanuatu government has today in looking ways and means to have a better revenue to be able to implement the obligations as a government towards their populations. As it has been highlighted in some of those presentations, provinces and a lot of people are still contributing to the VAT, which I truly believe it is one of the biggest direct revenue to the Vanuatu government, and it has been seen, despite the decline of importations, duty and importations into the country, the VAT was still rising. As an example today, I will just take a few. Nakamau, they are not subject to the VAT, and if we base ourselves on an income of 20,000 Vatu a day, based on 365 days a year, that's 7.3 million. Which, according to the VAT registry, you must register. You've got the buses, based on 11,000 Vatu, that's over 4 million. We do understand that the governments will put a monitoring system in the VAT to actually assist on the monitoring, and I congratulate them. We had a short presentation at our last AGM prior to the AGMs, and we were very enthusiastic about it. And we've actually highlighted a lot of loophole in the system where the government will be penalized. Today, as I'm speaking, I still had no return from the custom rate and tax about what they will do to avoid those loopholes so the government doesn't lose on their revenue once again. In Vanuatu, we've got hundreds of ways of creating revenues and actually collecting funds. If only all those taxes that are currently in our law are currently implemented. Something which I'm actually shocked personally, it's if you do go to the police stations and put a formal complaint for anything, you have to pay 1,000 Vatu, if not, it's not registered. We're not encouraging the people to be honest and to put formal complaint, and that's something we need to address. And no doubt that with the discussion today and recommendations that will be put by the floors by many actors around the table, because we're talking about several sectors, we will find a positive outcome and we'll be able to help these nations. One of the comments that you made earlier was the obligations in hospital, Mr. Minister. I'm pretty sure people around the table today will affirm you that there were people interested to come and partners with the Vanuatu governments and actually pay for those hospitals. The biggest challenge we had, unfortunately, it is not the ministers here present or members of parliament or the opposition bloc or the 52 members. It is the public servant system. On our first meeting with the leadership of our current Prime Minister, which I'm very thankful that is currently here present today, it was clearly said that all agencies of the Vanuatu government will be open through lunchtime to actually serve the public. I challenge you to go and try to do a deposit or pay anything at lunchtime to actually create a revenue for your ministries. You will find out that you'll have, sorry, you may close lunch break no more, but me come back after. So that's all those different little avenues that we need to fix. And as we said, we are not here to talk about expenditure. We are here to find ways and means to be able to help these governments to actually deliver the services. For myself, I think I'd just like to look at an example of a colleague not so far from us, which is Fiji, because we always hear, look at our friends in Fiji, look at our friends in Fiji. To boost the economy and to help the economy grow in the nations, they dropped their VAT regime from 15% to 12.5%. They've increased the public servant salary by 3%. They've reduced import taxes to stimulate the economy. Are we going to be doing the same? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure by the end of the day, we will have ideas and we will have a constructive way forward. Thank you, Mr. Minister.
Thank you. No question. Oikatuan Arfulawan. Please introduce you and ask him question, Liu.
Catherine, the owner of First National, dear ministers, prime ministers, honourable deputy prime minister, and members of parliament, everyone, the public. I have been, my concern is in the land department system, how much the government is losing money just in that sector. I've been raising this issue for probably the last 4 years. Everybody I talk to, whether they're public servants, ministers, MPs or whoever, they all say, yeah, oh, that's right, Catherine, you are correct, that's correct. And nothing gets done. So I'm more than happy to help. I've actually explained many times where the government is losing money. but it's like if I'm wasting my time. So it's really, really sad. On another point, I get a lot of investors that come into the country, love this country, want to help the country. I brought on a gold platter an investor who is happy to fund the hospital or part of the hospital with his own money and to do a PPP. We had a meeting with the Prime Minister who was all for it, who was all for it and all that. The investor brought in a doctor from Australia. We went through the hospital. We did everything. I wrote letters. All I was waiting for was a report. I wrote emails to the DG of the Minister of Health. I'm still waiting for the answer. Nothing was done. DG or director of the hospital, no answer. Total ignorance. Public servants don't care is what I'm going to say. It's really, really sad. I mean, I've got people who really want to help this country, love this country. There's a lot of ways to raise money, but we can only suggest, we can only help, we can only bring people. If the others don't want to do it, it's never going to go forward. Sorry.
Sorry, but you may take one more question. Yes.
Thank you, Blue presentations, Blue all the people. We only make him Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, and DG Blue Finance and all the others. Me sabe ask him DG Blue Finance, you sabe present him, you put him on top way back again, him conclusion Blue you please.
Sorry, I think by it took small time long bali need plo set them up long while I think you missed up putum back in presentation you go. Maybe by me allow him yeah. Sorry, you got one specific question lo
Yes,
lo.
related to the conclusion. That's why I would like the conclusion up there.
Okay. So while all está putu lo maybe by me allow him director plo customs plo hemi dram respond lo issue plo compliance. I know, so okay. Sorry, only put to finish. You're right, you go ahead with your question, please.
Okay, thank you much. Me look, before me sabe reading, but now you go small. Thank you. Thank you. Me look all 4 or 3 bullet points here. But time we stop talk about revenue, we need also to look on the other side of it. How are we spending that revenue? Today, we are talking about revenue collection. We are going to increase this, increase that. But I think the private sector also has advice to you, government, on how to spend and what to spend on. Because mi farana stop sweat. Mi farana stop making more work blow. All this VAT is contributed by people that we employ. Like you also employ some. We employ the people that pay the VAT, that pay the salaries of government. So we need to know over there. I want, if you can include a 4th bullet point, cost-cutting measures. Where are you going to do that? Thank you.
Thank you, lo comment. I think, so you may got 3 speakers finished, by me allow them all responses first time, before by me sabi tagam all narawan. So maybe by first one, I mean law issue law compliance, by me level director law customs, before by me talk about issue law lands, by me level Deputy Prime Minister or Honorable Prime Minister law only sabi provide them some comments law hemia, some akot them issue law health where one law representative play me raise them, and then maybe by me come back law DG law side plus spending. Bila ko lo Director of Customs, you sabi kam respond lo first question.
Thank you. I think concern ating ibigwa na lo expenditure be mimi kamlo to pot revenue no mo. And also mi sabe mi bin ko out lo one very broad overview lo presentation. And which is very true and correct in a way, the way where you may control them expenditure. I think on that note, maybe lo way where you may save contextualize them say also mi pintalem VAT mi one consumption tax ya. The more you consume, me too mi save collect and you may stimulate them activity mi on. Suppose you may no that activity, me by me and neclomitide now. I need stimulus to happen. And here from perspective me also one collector. Suppose you mean that activity, me do by me fast. And me really appreciate them where you me from, you me try to make them all businesses play you me conduct them you me in a way where we go into business every day. You wake up in the morning, you go out the daily activity play you. And at the end of the day, you have to come back home with something. And of course, then when you come back home with something, me too, me got say inside. And that's the way me happy people look say, you me work together lehem. So by way of responding no more, lo President, when me been talk, yes, he got plan the loopholes. In the past, it's been around for 27 long years. Some law reform, me maybe in a way you may say me quite overdue, but me appreciate them say technology too. Me one way availability blame lo market back 27 years ago was not compared to what we have at the moment. Lo region Fiji me call them finish. Samoa me been called lo 2020, 21, 22 during COVID. Fiji me go first time me lo 2015 ya. Time you Mr. recover lo cyclone Pam, will get all go ahead. BNC was supposed to go the third, but somehow only stop slow. You come in third, low region. Solo experience flow to follow. Me so say, I got plan the loopholes in the system as also president and me rightly tell them. But the good thing about it is me sakem more data come. Low way government and me savvy item policy. And me leko party stablo Deputy Prime Minister by me save that space lem, but all we know is in the likes of Fiji, you'll get only go to the extent where only reduce some rate of VAT. Why did they do that? Because they have the data. Plus have make a decision. That's what you me try and blow Karamika across lo you me, and I know you me plan there, you me set up most of us around in Fila. Belgium you may look low way stop go infrastructure set up in the provinces. Misave say you may plan there, you may get all branches in Luganville, Santo, maybe some other part of province play you me. So how about you may try and respond low when we president and me try and highlight them, we will be working together with you. So this week onwards, all along we've been start talem low high level, but also you may look registration by me start. We want to go business to consumer finish, and we appreciate them all comments when we come, low expenditure part, but as I was saying earlier on, you may consume, but when we no more collect na, may problem. That's the gap you may try to fill him up. So how do we fill that? 3 ways of doing it. One, may business to go consumer. Hemia now phase 1 where you may try to roll them out, start low registration this week. It's already uploaded in the website. Business to business, me play you now. Benefit play you also one business. How you go caramel supply play you. And that would be entirely up to how you historian. Look say you two, you straighten between you, more supply side play you. The last would be the business to government. There's a lot of spending and we appreciate them comments when they come around expenditure part. That's the part where you may want them fast them too. You may get a lot of projects, government payout and may go out, but then money blow you may recoup me come back. Hemi no come back lo treasury. I hope we are all on the same page, lo hemia, lo how you may work out. Every players, every stakeholders, you may fast them you may together. It's been a long time regime where handle them you may 27 years. There's nothing new. You may not introduce one new for tax yet. Yeah. It's just the same VAT of 27 years ago. Pamba yumi work together, yumi improve miko. The more yumi grow lo GDP rate lo yumi, it's because we all consume. The more yumi collect, the more yumi sustain them yumi. That's how we conduct in Vanuatu. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Customs. Pai mi lo Aita Prime Minister or Deputy Prime Minister. So while to let's talk, me got coffee stop outside there with them some refreshments. Post we some live like one them. So pass through all those. Ko te mi lo to la pikman to le sabe. Make some comment.
Okay, by me respond lo lan sawaya. Me no back down lo hemi still stand. You will everyone you will have a system lo public service. And tok we mitalem se by katuan government namo. Unfortunately, tamo mitalem tok ya fulablo kate teachers wali manage mol kata wali below lo hemia. Only no been actually sign them one contract. Lo side pro performance space. Now only sign them. So they will be measured based on hemia. In no wrong blow you raise them all concerns blow you come and tablo chairman or including office blow me. And full up all get the will is listen, all get the director generals and all get the directors, politicum note blow hemia. Because these are the things where himself contribute low side blow assessment blow or performance blow. Government has taken one full reform by Milugluk public service reform, and one will get something where you may look him down. We will talk about the expenditure. Big fella revenue where government has stop collecting, has law salaries for civil servants. So plo yumi ko town road ya by him take him yumi or government by him review full government machinery him process ya him is on finish. And by him help him government blow him is have a find him duplication more all places we got all cost blame particularly low side blow human resource and government yet by him decide what him want them go down the road here or by him cut low side blow vehicle it got some of the measures where you may undertake and finish and him is put in all the low public service so by me slash them almost half blow vehicle blow public service and council of ministers and we make them decision blame finish. Now by ikat one more forum by Yumi Holland Pagan but look the side of the expenditures blow government and it good way you raise them and the whole idea blow make at this type of forum and we blow work together and find them better measures where you must have address them and also all get the way forward. So, some of the issues where you may support them. Now, when I'm where, sorry, forget them name Louis Bagan. Catherine, hemi raise him, very valid. Full get a man blame me will work lo government, they have their own kingdom law. Even me, that when me issue instruction, him go down, low level up, low address him, it's so difficult. It's so difficult. And if I service it, the moment that you remove one man, he may receive law code, and then he may put them government law code, so he must really assess him. And what he may warrant them, blow he must have remove him. That's why the idea blow, full up the teachers, blow me put them all got a low one performance space, and he must have a measure and performance. Blow you must have a high and fire, he stop low when them all got to live inside them. And me by me extend them back and he go low every directors. Will got to be need lehemia. And suppose me possible, blow you me extend them, go down low got the managers, by you make them blow, make them everyone me accountable law, all actions blow. And me now some look at the reform, where government me already have is undertaken. Thank you.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Sorry, I got one issue I raised about issue of lands. Whether I want them take them up or you're right?
me take him note lo hem ya, and me develop in got discussion finish lo subject ya, and by me make sure that Honorable Minister lo lands by me take on board some lo the suggestions where me come slowly. Ministry lo lands me start really work lo find him and address him some lo the area. So it got reform we miss up introduce him lo almost every line ministries, and one in particular me lo area lo ministry blow lands. But note taken, Catherine, all comments will be very valid.
Thank you. Lo question where ikam one presentation where me been talem say got all measures where government and me stop work lo hem, and me vlai know them also point lo cost cutting measures. In fact, the government Hemi work on cutting measures lot this year. He got one Council of Ministers decision where he been out, look all different areas where site law cost cutting. Yes. So he start finish plus stop executing that decision. From some concerns only been come up, low cash flow, and we survey got full up information. Me speculate low social media, but the current government been proactive, low put them in place quickly. One cost cutting measures. And that decision, council me been making, and me ministries me stop now executing my hemia. Lo site expenditures no more. I think me been talem Elias by you me try focus this forum more to do them revenue. Me vlai inokat time put up that slide, but me save talem some figures where is up to June total expenditure blow government including Moltona semi around 23 billion fatu, and Hemia also you have total budget for this year. Hemi 76 billion, and then we carry out all external debt repayment expenditure. Hemi around 56 billion, and you must have a look say up to June. Government Hemi been spending around 23 billion. So expenditure manageable, on track. No really exceeding 50% where he got full up information so list up out him. So it's under control and manage. You may continue to put them in place all controls here. And with them Hemia, me fly not them that point where Hemi come. Putum and Miss have a confirm say yes. He got one decision been made, and me fly is currently executing. Look at put them in place on control measures and manage him expenditure. Kasem employee. Thank you.
Okay, let's be more proactive lo addressing all concerns play for office flow me I'm responsible for public service, so me have me one suggestion no more by office through law office flow director general by me open him one me no sabe how now by me putum be one customer service or me no sabe. Something all same, blow address them all grievances blow you will everyone. You write them name blow you. Ministry or hemi no stop address them all issues blow you. After you go putum lo boxia. Then by you me walk hem blow me address them. Because lo end blow day and then how blow me sabe measure more got the teachers what them all got the directors hemi base lo hem ya. No good hemi just one hearsay. So let's be more proactive blow address them all issues here. And meetings by office by me open them one kind something all same. And then you will everyone who will cost got access all services block government. You have raise them all concern, all grievances play you, put to me call place here. Then by come me and then by me deal with them all ministers, you go down the level here. Thank you.
Thank you. Please.
Thank you, Prime Minister. All right, so looking at here, what Lopez Long, maybe by me take 3 questions after by me take more response after.
Mike, is that finished?
Good morning, PM and DPM and everyone. Just a simple question. Thank you for organizing this meeting and to have a dialogue together with the private sector. One question, very simple, that I think everyone got in his mind today. Is one word, in fact, is 2 words. What about income tax? Do the government got any plan in the next few years to implement income tax? Thank you for your answer.
Because I mean, $100 million question. You look last week, Australia, Treasury, Treasury Department of Treasury, start organizing one productivity conference. Pro measure national productivity pro country. All kind conference also important to give him opportunity to dialogue. Similar something you may start making. You may want them look all different options. Now, income tax, everyone will come from income tax. Yeah. But perhaps want something we need to clear them to say government no pass many policy income tax yet. Clear? No pass yet. Yeah, I said yet because in 2016, 17, 18, they got one policy lamb finish. They got all consultations around the country about income tax. Government no organizing for income tax. Okay, me clear. But then organizing haram think all different options. Suppose me start implement them sales monitoring system. One them now me contribution you help them government. You me. By me per any every cost. Equipments. By you me to have make them one something you me to discuss them together. What about rent tax? What about all false declaration? Would you me talk openly? All kinds something all same. You me haram. What about excise tax? Enough. What about excise tax on all sugary substance? Private sector. I mean, government me want to haram blow you vola. The vola blow you me. Hurry up become from income tax. Hang on a minute. By you me make them all assessments blow you me. Suppose every status blow you me and level of preparedness. Lo government. You make us some point where you me satisfy. We will talk about it. That is the spirit of dialogue where you me stop talk about them now. At this point in time, as Minister for Finance, yes, one income, one revenue option. Every country lo specifically implement them. And one time we me stop talk about President Bluyumi, me stop talk about Fiji, say me reduce some fat, me reduce some but me not talk about income tax. But me all options where you me have a consider. So we want a very frank conversation. That's the spirit. Spirit no, this is not a confrontational argument. We want to help them government where Mr. Help to build them road, and if we are not fixing the potholes, everybody complains. Where do I get the money? Help me get the money. This is this spirit lo Nakamele, just like the Nakamele agreement where you make out with them Australia. That is the spirit. You talk about together. Yes.
Okay.
So I think hemi spirit, but let me remind us again, government hemi no pasem any policy lo income tax yet li pasem lo long time finish. So suppose you got all options lo consider them. Why not you may consider them lo future? But the government cannot unilaterally consider that. We must discuss them with the private sector. Now, yeah, we will talk about all revenue reform, law revenue systems, taxation regime, look where place you may have an increased possibility of lower 15% the VAT. Pay by me compensate them lower. Blow achieving balance and make them sure say me no compromise them integrity blow revenue because we have roads in other places and wharfs to fix. So mena have me spirit blow talk. And me apologize to you. Suppose you think say you come to place blow me lecture lo you lo income tax. No. Me want them you help them. This is a sincere appeal to everybody. Let's talk about how we can help the government to make revenue. Which means by sales monitoring system, we will start to implement them lo coming days and weeks and months. Then cooperation between everyone and very important, including cover pass, including past owners. Everybody must have a share of responsibility. The way we will contribute to national revenue. Hemi spirit. Take it easy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Prime Minister. By Meetegem Lopez, after
Yes,
Meetegem
thank you.
Max Stanford Law.
Okay, you may arrive small. Thank you, Prime Minister, mo TPM local meeting ya. Me represent them all small business from sometime you may listen by your all big business will stop talk. You know, for them 3,000 plus people will register lo fatia all your small business. So me got one question ikam lo you Director of Customs. Mo yumi lo government. You look, suppose you listen lo forum ya, you feel na lecture mi vela try lecture mi vela plante. Give him chance lo mi vela talk lo vela. And when all secretaries lo vela blow take him note, when all DCs and all directors, people will make a decision we start affect them all business. So when all get that. So you like give him some pity.
You got flow. You go
yes. You may dialogue. You may dialogue. You play talk too much. You play plante biti me play. You play talk. Okay. And if quite contradicting law information blue flow, we play present them law pleasure. Arol, you say you raise them up amas billion so far this year? 10 billion? 6 billion? 62%. Let me hamas. Where you raise them up. Amas revenue raise them up government so far. You may also haram so you will spend them 23 billion so far. True. So, email big fula money too much. You will stop looking at them kind money bagan. You will mas karam advice mo lo private sector how you will spend the money. Our role is to make one work blame where you may not have blame blande and you want them collect more and more. But you must also learn them how government must spend them all money. Suppose you will start complain bagan say you need more money. Then he got one problem lo spending in the lessons play me. He got big money finish. You look result, me vlei no need to collect them data. Me vlei look every day. Me vlei look lo road, me vlei look lo hospital, me vlei look lo education system, me vlei look lo health. And of course, me vlei look lo full of other something education system. Me vlei no need him data. Might you need him data. But you know let them data mo statistics, it trick him brain blue. You go to school, you say you no rely too much on statistics and no reflect them reality with the lockdown. But me want them karam answer say me listen right or me not listen right. Say you collect them 62% so far. Me how much billion? Yeah?
Thank you, Lopez. By me, lako probably answer. By me, sorry, question please. One year no more.
No, you got more.
Please,
you become lo please up lo dialogue. Me represent them full of people and no lista WhatsApp me full of screen.
You give him me guess by all get
all. Me ask one question very specific. You should answer them.
Thank you.
How much me 62% will you collect them?
Yes, thank you. I think the slide maybe make me very clear. Maybe suppose you make a slide here. Comparison play me between 2024 or 2025 collections and me between January and April. That was the presentation when we make them. As of this morning, time when you make come inside from also me got live connection or access with them all staff. So it's around 62. It's a very simple maths. Target me 24 billion for this year. So what's 62% of 24 billion? Have now collection me as of this morning.
Yes.
You missed up your finish now. No more.
Yes, 10 billion, right? Supposed to be right.
January kasi April.
Yes, so it's 10 billion, right?
10 billion.
That's a lot of money for a small country like Vanuatu. That's a lot of money. You've spent them low on them, so you've have a serem expenditure blow, you've lo private sector blow, you understand, provide right advice.
Sorry, I think I no expenditure.
Of
revenue.
Course, expenditure blow, me right, me wrong, me 23 billion.
Correct. And Plesiana also say, me full my basket. I think on the other slides, you make at the total appropriation this year, around 70 something billion. Yeah.
Yes, and we stand you've spent them 23 billion low on them.
Yes, I think.
Thank you. I got one slide stop. Expenditure, I suppose you me currently by you take and plan the time, but go specifically
so important. You may not have discussed. Suppose you may not have find them out. If you money of course as stakeholders, you want them to say how you spend the money because you continue asking for more.
Lo budget this year, the government me budget for 76 billion or so we been dalen. External debt comprise around 20 billion, so 56 by me tell them say me expenditure where government me appropriating for this year. 23 billion fatu where is me around 34%. Message where you want them to take them across me Chen to June lo this year we didn't exceed 50%.
Yep. You know answer on question blow me vela say you spend the money low one em.
Thank you.
Because you serve publishing by you me everyone you got knowledge blame, you may have move further on.
Thank you. Breakdown all expenditure block government because one now have me salaries. Ikat on nafla 34-35% block total budget lo 1 year emi salary and by you me ikat more detail lo all nafla 1 where only make them the overall expenditure lo 1 year, but me vla ino that slide where me swam that breakdown from you me come from revenue today and me sabe talem no plus salary wage and salary and hemi also one lol big a portion below salary total expenditure lo 1 year. Sorry.
So suppose you reflect them salary we spend them with them all development on the ground. You know things you should downsize them big fella ship we used to spend the money them. Hemi whole reform you must undertake them. So if you talk about reform, hemi whole place now you reform them. You know got too much expenditure. Main goal you vla hemi look improve life man around the country. Good roads, good fella wolf, or domestic flights must happen, or logistics flow yumi. Then you must have a move on. But suppose where you flag at one big flag administration cost, emi problem yan you may come find them out. Mino kam lo blesya from income tax. Mi local slides blivla, my information blivla, emi contradict him you fala bagen. Emi contradict. You contradict one department, another one contradict him you.
Thank you, Adams. Thank you, comments, please. Comments, please, me very valuable. Me really appreciate them. Comments, please, more contribution, please, you. Lo private sector, more contribution, you call revenue block government. Now, you look, lo, how much we VAT me collect them. Ale, you look, lo, increase demand along all roads, you mean lo villa, you mean no worry. You mean stop lo good lo road. But try me call outback lo big bay sando where me villa you want them blow every buluki only come. Cobra I come. Ale, you mean no save kasem you mean no save making revenue. Enough. Lo fat. Ale look lo way where you may cost them Sando Bekoa International Airport. Plo achieve them economic corridor so that you may expand them opportunity igolo Sando. Hamas 18 billion fatu. Fat no mo hemi no naf plo kafrema. Look lo GRD Government Remuneration Tribunal impact plan lo service which pambaya mi vole mas review him GRD, hemi about 19.5 billion lo wages alone. But me address him, so time we will talk about all issue expenditure by government is simple. Lo review lo some lo laws or policies where hemi cost them government. That's contributing about 35%. Lo total expenditure, lo recurrent, lo government. You want to look lo board filler. It's more than 20 billion fatu lo you may upgrade them road. Based on master plan, where Australia infrastructure facility only provide them. FAT they contribute Hamas, let me 1 year. So you look schools, all issue all teachers. And like you think say fiscal space where government hemi stop the gamna hemi enough. Me stop the one message to you all. This is our country. Let's talk about it together because fiscal space lo side education alone. You think you stop haram? No, you know haram every story on it. That's why he got all structural areas by government him achieve him. He must reform them. When the Prime Minister was talking about government machinery reform, you must stop look one bigger picture. Yes, you need to have a talk about expenditure, but look at the bigger picture. Time when you want them to me acquire them, build them one good fella, wolf block me go down. How much? 2 billion vatu. Now, that you start to lambem every infrastructure demands, you mean, resolve them now. What we have seen this year in the submissions for the new policy proposals, which means investments that the government must do for one particular year, 36 billion historical. I've never seen that, being the Minister of Finance for how many years. So suddenly, when you make out low fiscal space, do you think, are you convinced enough? Say me enough. Unless you may tell them, say, let's not take a leap. Let's just go other snail-based development. We do the airport, we fix the boreholes, but investments will propel them country, blood transform you me. Then now you may fall short. You want to talk about health? Yes, you may get engagement with the public-private health. That's why the government is looking at BOT, build, operate, transfer, mortality of investments. We're talking about that. Public-private partnership, a state-owned enterprise. But health them will upgrade them, overview where all friendly me Australia only give him. You have how much? 72 billion. We got to keep on sending our citizens to India, to Fiji, and this is a collective burden. You me everyone. So if you wait with him, stop local government. You got business, full up if you got only got business. But let's talk about something where me help him you me. Okay, suppose income tax me no one option. Help me, help us. And hemi dialogue with government, and we want them to you dialogue together with him. So me want to make him hemi straight all discussions. You me say need you me all infrastructure development. Suppose you want them, maybe by Minister of Public Utilities, and Miss have given you one full costing plus some all infrastructure developments. You me want them to rebuild them down. I mean 20-something billion. Money where you me raise some VAT, excise, non-tax revenue. I mean enough. Unless you me want them say no, we keep you me stop all same even country and because in 50 years, you me no change. So I maybe one friendly dialogue. Thank you.
Thank you, DPM. Sorry, I think Mark got one question. But you question.
Thank you. I'm aware of the time, and I'm going to pass this to Antoine, who wants to respond on some other matters.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Honourable Minister of Finance. I just want to jump on initiative of actually creating and improving our revenue. We have recommended to only charge 20,000 Vatu and get 5,000 family to move to Vanuatu. That will be directly spending in your VAT. First thing that I get from the Commissioner of Labour, increase the charges. Scare people away. I've been waiting for 4 weeks to get a technician for a warranty job. I've cancelled my applications this morning. That's the reality. Your current public servant, excuse me to use that word, are screwing up what the government wants to do. And that's the reality. We are doing our best creating income tax. In Fiji, a population of over 900,000 people, only 2% are paying income tax. You put income tax in Vanuatu, your golden chicken, which is the passport sale, which represents 33% in your revenue, are gone. Is that what we want? No. We want to make Vanuatu welcoming. We want to attract people here. We want to attract consumer. We want to spend more in these nations. But currently, this is not the objective of some of our public servants. Sorry, sir.
Thank you, Antoine. Thank you, very nice comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, one comment, Lobisa.
Good afternoon. Name me Jonathan. I run Skilled Services construction company. Government Hemi Savvy answer from Hemi Mekum Citizenship Program. So answer where government Hemi Karam before, Hemi Blow Mekum Citizenship Program, Hemi Karam all new fella money come through inside Vanuatu. So me think say everyone where you stop the room here, Hemi pay him all VAT. Me think say everyone where he stop the place here, Hemi make him every responsibility. But Hemi important, you know Savvy milk him same cow every time. From suppose all business he had, after Sami out. After all new one, he no come. So, Hemi important, suppose government, Hemi make them every policy, blow support them, public sector, private sector, from suppose you know got business, but you know savvy collect them VAT, you know savvy collect them any something. So, me look full up friend blow me, and me stop blow Asia, where Hemi got all different program, all same digital nomad, all something where immigration, Hemi allow them, Hemi come inside, from Hemi new money. One way Hemi work lo another place, be Hemi karam money, be Hemi spend them lo different country. So he got full up different ways. Be every way, me think say every way lo future, blow make him one good future lo country. Hemi blow karam money outside, he come inside. Hemi no blow milk him same cow every time.
Thank you, lo comments blue. One very nice comment. Maybe by you miss have help you me do blow walk around the banking sector because compliance even just 2 million Vatu coming into Vanuatu. So we signed up to all these laws and we have to comply. But now you must talk about how can the banks, for example, help them you me blow casino. Only have open them bank accounts, blow carry money from outside. They come inside. So please now government must stop dialogue with the private sector. Thank you.
Thank you. Prime Minister, sorry.
Lo time mo ibin mi da Antoine lo issue lo special treatment government may facilitate them finish. If it's not happening, then the man may one question. Lo you follow if le katol kata wali wanam kam because you may not katol kata skills here. Ikat one avenue only been provided for. So submit him all names, sikolo Ministry of Internal Affairs, ul kata pali facilitated. And me ati mimbintalem same something da misalo santo. But you raise him mateya, by me government, by me also by me revisit him. And suppose you need blow me lower him all work permit and then by me consider him.
Thank you, Prime Minister. I think timing blow you minimo. Suppose you're right what you will, but you may try store and barren small gasem lo 12:30 or 1 o'clock. But me take some more questions. Sorry, got one question low. You tell them question blue or comment blue. So but me take 3 questions before Bali respond. Blow make see you miss speed up discussion a little bit.
Okay. Hello? Yuvla Saharamia. Okay, sorry. Thank you. Me acknowledge Honorable Prime Minister or the Minister of Finance, Deputy Prime Minister. So comment me, me just with the reference law National Strategic Development Plan where you've mentioned the presentation this morning. You've talked about say you Mr. Campbell trying to achieve all goals plumia. Besides you Campbell talk about revenue collection, but me want them bring him up no more blow discuss him say he got full of feedback he come now blow talk about say full up all barriers is stop within no more public sector plumi. After me want to suggest them bargain say I think Minister of Finance we talk about public-private partnerships. That is something where me look say all past governments or make him. Me really want them to you seriously consider them from no more say private sector blue me hemi all man where only live and breathe them business progata every day. So if you're having one issue or some questions or clarifications you need him, but all manana or lisa will help them you with them that insight. Instead, you must go one advisor outside, play come talk about him how will you make him outside. You have the specialists or the staff is in country. One example, me when the tele minister if you refer law all compliance criteria blame all banks. Just under the AML Act, you may service at a national coordinating committee. Inside the committee, you not at anyone law private sector or one member inside. It's not established inside say by ICAT one member where me private sector. So nobody from the banks, nobody from the FCA, nobody from Chamber of Commerce like the private sector. So me want them ask you says suppose you must talk about that partnership you've learned them with stakeholders or help them government, please. You've seriously consider them all man where only stop inside Finnish law country. They've got 20, 30, 40 years experience inside law, how you must making business inside law country. They know all the challenges we only face them with them, or public sector with them, logistics, imports, exports, every something you make in country Finnish. So Mr. suggest no more say meeting about time government just go in taking power after only cut 100-day plan. Mivlai been happy to mas look say you've stop publish him all time. All statistics 100-day plan premium and you may been achieving. And that's from every man I blow ketali you me no more. But Mivlai want them as a mimi want them suggest no more say suppose you miss have establishing public-private partnership, yeah. But me one committee where only have a report back law all development where you must make them. All different challenges as an expenditure where you must talk about the there. You need to look at eyes outside, you come in, blow, rate them government and how the government is doing. And you may not try to make them blow, you may point them finger. You may not try to make them say, but you may say, no, all money only incompetent, they're not doing their jobs. We don't want that. We want to work with you. Mifla when they come with all simple solutions whereby Save help them how you may move forward with them all services you may provide them. Me really sad bloharem about Catherine's example where tell them say he got one other one investor him when they come to invest law hospital but been got any responses from the ministry itself. That's very sad. Hemi one such and you be me man vanot to say you mean have a look beyond you me beyond ministry blame beyond everyday blame but think about all man vanuatu. So me seriously want them say ba government, I think this government has been more open. Mitale, thank you from all collaborations we've list making. Hemi more open, but keep the momentum going. Keeping one committee where it consists of the Chamber of Commerce, the government, DGs, other members, private sector. Blow Save continue to update them public, impartially, not on just on the government side, but to get aside. How well are we doing in meeting all goals, please me? Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you, Lo Kutula comment welcome. We take two more comments or questions before me allow all leaders play me, please have a respond.
Thank you. Not one question, but we have early in years after you launched the new government a meeting here, which was good. This is the second one. This is open to private business and all public. Is it possible, because we got question, answer, but is it possible that the Chamber of Commerce got regular meeting with the Minister of Trade and use the DPM and the PM every 3 months, every 6 months? I don't know. We never meet. Never and never, except 1 or 2 meetings like this one. This is very good, open to public and all business. We would like at the Chamber to have a meeting with the government every 3 months. Put on a calendar, never delay. And we go point by point. And after 3 months, we will see what happened and what we can improve, what we can collaborate with you. You ask DPM that you need our help. We're ready to help. But we never meet. I understand that in a management country, to talk together is a must. But we never meet. This is an important point that we need the private sector and the Chamber of Commerce and other institutions representing the public sector, the private sector, sorry, to meet on regular basis. Different department, different ministry, and sometimes with the PM and UDPM. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. Allah role you again.
Okay, thank you. Me, when I'm helping small, example long cover where Antoine me give him. Statistics blow you me, only show him blow you me say Villa alone consumes 100 tons of cover a month, sorry. That's a lot of cover. We need to think about it because you talk about leakages. Example, Hemi water supply. Water supply, you can pump all the water into a tank. But if it leaks somewhere, Bambai no kasem place where you want to employ me kasem. So you stop thinking about all something here. You go visit him all small something where you may stop making blow, find him out one way, how blow you have improve him, collection blow you. Hemi important blow you me everyone because you may stop here, plan de blow you me, only pem vatia. Me yesterday me pem blow me tell him blow you. Because today it is due. And if you don't pay today, you get charged. Yesterday, me stop lo public works. Me make him one work blow get lo December last year. I issued the invoice in January. 6 months later, 7 months later, only pay. Government they pay. Me go stand up long way, me tell him lo get say. First something where you need blow savvy is that me fala now, I pay him, I got VAT inside. And that VAT will come to pay your salary. Me tell him lo get because if we don't pay that VAT on time, we get charged. But you take 6 months to pay one bill. What is this? This is not right. So I left her with, I said, Jesus Christ, I tell him, say, Do unto others what you would that they do unto you.
Thank you. I think pamilya ko, all big one will only respond first time. One, let me only talk about public-private partnerships. I think you may everyone, you may agree with him. Ikat wana recommend lo blesya. Hemi regard them regular meetings between government and private sector. I think me sure se fulabli mi only recall se lo past you mista kat wana mo legal business forum. I think hemi no must happen. So maybe by me legal Prime Minister or the Deputy Prime Minister will try and give something din lo hemia before by you meet take some other questions back in. You're right to listen by Ivla Koet.
Sorry, I'll. No? Pardon. Sorry.
Thank you, Catherine. Allow me first one. Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, with them all ministers, all honorable members of Parliament, directors, DCs, all workmen of government, all friends, colleagues, we may attend the meeting here today. Me want to talk plan a little bit lo site lo cover also friend blo me president blo me lo comments italem lo site blo cover. Me onem small place blo cover and me understand say inside the house ya me na sabe say who drink cover who not drink cover. Me sabe say me plan de me drink cover. Now am it true also play me karam vat plantel or susumal nakamal or katay miholay make him business ya. And me ask him authority to blow iwalay look plantel or miwala way make him business blokawa. Some lo miwalay PEM license, some lo miwalay no PEM license. That's where miliki blokawa ino ko lo one dish emi train out somewhere. So, emi minim se ikut plo director plo customs, so friends play me we work lo customs, so lilu look plante lo ting ya because a man now mamba yimi karamin more income. Also friend plo mi biani bintalam se hamas kilo kawa yimi megem lo 1 week 1 manis. Mi 1 namo, mi megem 1 ton lo 1 week. 1 ton lo 1 week. And me kim back me stop implement them policy block up man block him back money go back long rural areas all farmers. Now also small nagamale only make him same something. Only pem kava lo Narvala Island only karingkam block make him say imi lo bot fila imi savitring kava. Now technician blame now imi lo customs imi must walk straight. Go look visit him all kata kava bawas ya. Block make him say imi bigim up small selling lo fasten way imi straight. Me understand you will allow customs or they come visiting me lo nagamal blo me look how no mamba mi bem fat lo customs lo set lo kavaba. Now I remember again mamba all technicians mamba you will look how mamba emi straight blo how also small kavaba only operate more only pem vat emi mas because mamba emi no saveron will emi low blame me emi mas begem. But by again, you must make him lo fasin way straight, blow, make him say one citizen, only continue, blow make him money, blow fit him families blame, blow one day because today I'm in life emisas. So all families will make him susumal kaval but only even karam even 3 kilo kawa plus salem. Why? From Bamba only fit him all families blow kata with him. Small profit yan naman balmi. Every day must make him 3 kilo, 2 kilo. Me one, also mami no one talk proud, but he good plo mi talem say one nagamal we me no more, me consume more than 1 ton lo 1 week. So I want something where I good, play me make him straight plo man bless, only cut small selling to help him all family. Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister. Thank you.
Thank you, lo comment welcome by Mr. Catherine or you. All right, you may take a mail of Randia.
Good afternoon. My name is Sooleta Wamotuliki. I just have a short question. This one is covered particularly with what Antoine had spoke about initially. My question is, has there been a review of all the levies and taxes that are currently payable to the government to date? I would imagine that that list is very long. I was reminded by Catherine earlier this year about property tax. Now that's just a basic example of revenue generation that needs to be looked at. I gather that today is about helping each other look at different ways to help all of us, really. So, as a suggestion to my question, I think there needs to be a review and a list provided, obviously by the government, of all the existing taxes and levies that are currently payable to the government to date. Then that list needs to be looked at and reviewed in terms of who's supposed to be collecting those payments and the enforcement. I hear my friend on the other side about milking the same cow, but for example, property tax is something that everyone would be willing to pay, but I know that there's no collection or really enforcement on those things. So I think it's important that we look at the current levies. I mean, there's a tax levy on, there's a levy on dogs. I know, it's in the bylaws. There's a levy on dogs. I think there's a lot of levies that we don't really fully understand that have been implemented. We just need to see that list and then ascertain which one is applicable and not, enforce them and collect revenue. That's just a humble suggestion from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Lo comment. Yes, I think you're very true. Ikat one revenue task force where the chief of finance na hem stop spete mo lista look lo review lo revenue, but maybe pamilya ko lo hem. Pamitagam Catherine before pami allow hem director of customs mo maybe DG finance lo only respond lo some lokata questions.
Thank you. There is just one thing, like I'm just questioning myself. Like I don't have an MBA. I didn't have 10 years university degree or whatever. Came here when I was 2, went to Lycée Louis-Antoine de Bougainville. I mean, I'm just a citizen like most of my friends here and all that. But if a country doesn't have anything to sell to generate money, shouldn't you import the money from overseas? Shouldn't you make the borders, like open the borders to investors to come and making it more friendly? Like, isn't that, like, for me it's a common sense. Like, let's make Vanuatu more friendly, open the borders, get a lot of people coming in. They'll be spending money, they'll buy cars, they'll employ people, you'll get more VAT instead of milking the cow. Because cow eat dry finis. No more got melek. So, I mean, that's just my common sense, like, make it friendly, open the borders. Let's show the others that we're great. I mean, Vanuatu is such an amazing country, but today, what do we have to offer? Like, literally, the question is, what do we have to offer? We're scaring investors. We're literally scaring them. Process is slow, roads are bad, hospitals are non-existent, schools are non-existent. Let's change, and the fees are high. Let's change that. Let's open the borders, get a lot of people coming in, they'll buy land, they'll build, business will start rolling again. Today we've lost the workforce. The workforce of Vanuatu, oh yeah, we used to call it blackbirding. It's called modern slavery now. They've all gone to Australia. Australia's economy is going great. They've got all our people. I mean, like, hello, let's get the other people coming in and let's change the world here. Sorry, I'm a bit straight shooter. I'm not diplomatic, but, like, come on, I love the country. Let's change it. Let's show that we can all do it together. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Catherine. By Mileko, maybe all policy thinking, perhaps Deputy Prime Minister, you want them to come? Before me allow him
I prefer that we will no talk Thomas, you will talk. I mean, these are some very honest suggestions because time we you meet touch him cover, some will businessman only no like him. That's why you want them got open discussion. You will tell them so that now you may go inside him. Ding blow incentive, and I think legislations blue you know talk Thomas, regulatory environment blue you PPP, build, operate, transfer, commercial government business enterprise, every something you may stop in place. That's why you may stop look possibility law partnerships with the private sector blue within and from or get outside the government. Me all discussions blue government me look new townships. Look, government think blow acquire new land. Blow make them say investment the land provided, owned by the government, 99 years, and then you go. So including all the incentives. So I think we're doing our best here, and a good blue you continue blue you talk. Me no one to talk to mas good blue you haram all thing blue. Thank you.
Thank you, TPM. Me allow one small time lo director lo customs lo respond lo some lo kata questions about business license, vulnerable compliance issues.
Well, thank you, moderator. I think we recognize some all comments we make up lo specific now lo issue lo cover. I think we have a good me one agriculture based economy lo you me purposely put slide here lo me protein story ani a little bit and then maybe on that note by you me have a look where place all things go. So all along, as we've been discussing since this morning, you me all group lo 1,500 yeah. So it's a very service based economy. But when you me stop lo respond lo tok lo all bala what them ding all bala tan stand to me come. Thank you to raise issue lo cover. Yesterday me first day we inaugural meeting lo advisory committee lo agriculture and then it lo amendment we honorable minister lo agriculture mi karam ko lo last parliament. Mi vilai sit down lo approve first 100 application lo Seva province alone. And this is moving out from your 1,500. You missed up con agriculture based economy now. Long time ago, you may never formalize the agriculture sector. This morning, me miss out the meeting, but there's another 80 applications. Plus 7 moya. And then by me look lo sanma. So slowly, source flow income limit through law VAT. He start shifting to the rural area. All along, it's just us, 1,500 people. I mean, registered, VAT registered businesses. You must come and we appreciate them. Think, you may look ikolo industry sector. Yeah? Monitoring system, you may by cover up everyone. Small or big one, as long as you register, by you may look how much transaction you. Minimum threshold you may still stop yet 4 million 1 year. And me take them note suggestion where president you will raise them lo site lo bus or taxi all small vendors we and need lo threshold of course you may know them but also me bin talamelia on you mean no data ya by the time you me roll them out monitoring system me go down at the same time you may stop expand the agriculture sector then by you may look fair contribution. Maybe in 2-3 years time, but you may look registration for province, but you may increase. Should have increased already. You may have a good say backbone blue me lo sector ya make them big for income. But you may not be tapping them. So thank you all suggestion through lo all bala what them all bala tanstan way to like all thing where you fly saka may be good. You may start work out formality blow how you may formalize some sector blow agriculture. You may start finish. Lo last amendment we me go and me now Mr. Talem say first 100 application me fly look them yesterday. So slowly, but you Mr. go, all get out to poly contribute come, tataya me should change. And that's how you may look. Everyone you may pull together. There's nothing new. It's still the same 27-year-old VAT. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Director of Customs. Me notems and I have me up as 12. So suppose we by Milagolo Prime Minister.
By you may arrange some 3 meeting lo 1 year. by office plomi with them Ministry of Trade, by me coordinate them with them President, and then by mitroma one calendar plan all meetings flow government with them all katalo private sector. By got one more meeting by me got me towards lo end year. Hopefully October or end of November. By me coordinate with them President. Mia meeting me come blow you me talk about some investment more how now you miss have improve more all kind discussions also blow particularly low side blow revenue. Me stop liaise with them Deputy Prime Minister say by utilizing out one more meeting maybe hopefully meeting by me make them by become talk about the expenditures to block government.
Thank you. So me have past 12, but maybe me take a few last questions. Me look at one lo place got one lo corner lo way. If I make them short and right to the point. So me look at say got 4 hands I think. Got one mandam long way, got one here. One long way with them one lo corner lo way. All right, you stop no place. Sorry, when.
Honourable Prime Minister, Ministers, my observation is quite simple. We talk about VAT collection and compliance, and my question goes to the Director of Customs. Are you aware how difficult it is to get a VAT registration? It is very difficult. Example, you've gone to VIPA, you have a VIPA certificate, a business license, a business plan, a cash flow, and you're asked for all the same things again. And it takes 6 months. Why? You've got a client lining up that is ready to meet their obligations. They're asking to give you money, and we're turning them away. And the idea being that they're perceived as, oh, you might have a refund, but they have to start somewhere. All right, they may not turn over 4 million in year one. It might take 2 years, 5 years, who knows? But the perception in rates and taxes is this person is registering just to get a refund. That is not the case. They're actually trying to meet their obligations. So 9 times out of 10, if I try and register someone for VAT, I may as well say it's going to take 3 months, 6 months. They're ready to pay now. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Minogaram response lo Director of Customs. I'm going to respond. Bye. Me hope lo we got more discussion with the ULM. Lo try and shorten the process, Director. So thank you. Thank you, Lema.
Thank you. Mikaram Madam Longwe.
Test. We got one question no more about them. How you, Mr. talk about them being able to export, being able to participate as a country and have something outside that we can sell. We want them service. Have we ever done any analysis, Losite Block Customs, with what we are importing in that we can actually produce ourselves? Every sugar where every household, every morning only consume them, comes outside. Eggs that we eat every day, we cook in our kitchens, comes from outside. All sleeping provinces, Ployumia, can they not participate in things like that? Can we not produce our own sugar? Can we not produce our own eggs? Have we ever done an analysis, Plotalem say, okay, in terms of public-private partnership, these are our priorities. These are the things that we're importing, but we should slow down on the import and locally produce it. And then time say you miss say, okay, our priority Ployumi when we're talking about investors, I don't agree with just letting Tom, Dick, and Harry in. I think you may prioritize them. If you're going to come here and help us with our egg production, come. If you're going to come here and help us with sugar production, come. They're all sleeping provinces here, all got potential. We need to guide them. We need to set up the platform to stimulate those provinces so that they can participate. What grows well in these islands? If sugar grows well in one province, let's encourage them to participate. The local farmers can produce, an investor can come and manufacture it. The process is pretty simple. We just need to be creative about it. Thank you.
Thank you lo suggestion. Sorry, ba mi karan lo yaris lo blesa before mi karawan lo kona lo we emi pusuman long time small long.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, Prime Minister, with the deputy, with all ministers. Congratulations, with all technical man. Now when we talk about Kava, we think about one project with government, and we've been trying to implement especially the side of income long country. Planteman only been licensed, only wait close to 5 years now. Plante inauguration been sabe lotana, the last government, all chief fully clad, but 3 months no more, but you got income, 1 hectare about 1 million or so. Hem is stop lo coffin, I think, no come out yet. Mr. Hascom say 1 time. Plan the man only apply from license, but yet only no come license, or some colleague, he tell him say 1 license where me apply from. The government official, yes, but yet you no start yet. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, you got Prime Minister. Minister of Agriculture to start by
issue lo side lo hemp me quite a very complicated issue. First one, hemp potem narawania medical me 2 different products. But you me make them low blood to me 1 where me totally me. So government me already got some meetings. What them orgata we me give him license. And by you may amend them law this coming parliament, law November, law you may straight and place here. Naravala issue you may been face him, and me all got a law bank, only ask him a lot of questions from time we talk about medical cannabis, all got only raise him. So you make a all meeting what a mogata, and me blow address him all issues. So delay, and me basically you may need blow improve more due diligence blow you me what them banking system blow comply with them all requirements blow. And me anamo hemi been delayed. That's why you may not have a progress go forward. But government and me still start look law make a meme by happen. Once you may amend them law, blow you mean then by should be able to address them matia pakan.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Sorry, me looking at one man is tapusu man behind you. You have raise a comment, please, or question, please?
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister, with them, Honorable TPM, with them all ministers. Thank you. Lot time where you like you say talk. Mimi nemlomi Kelpen Silas, me work law Foreign Investment Promotion Agency. Meeting blow today, one very important meeting. You me talk about them VAT, and local client play me love one of the Foreign Investment Promotion Agency, most local stable please ya, or foreign investors. By direct block customs, by me block clarify me. Be time we stop talk about them VAT, me save say practically you me now all consumers you me pay in all business houses, in all honorable business. You me now you me consume VAT. After you me pay, I'll get collect them, and I'll make them remittance to the government. You may some will indicate say ali just stop paying VAT all kita yesterday or all time ya istakoya. But practically, you may now you may pay VAT consumers in all business houses. Only part blow time only consume any product lo shops only pay. But al kita li no pay hemea. Only no pay tax all kita seleva. You all consumers na li pay. Alkatali collect and only make them remittance to government. So suppose you look good. al kita lipem wanem. Yumi one nation blame yumi one free tax country. So me question belum isi akata lipem wanem. So dialogue where government initiative today is important. Some law or turnover blow business houses blame only high, especially foreign investments, especially the services sector. Services sector is a leading sector lo country at the moment. And some turnover blow all business houses blame only very high, especially lo retail wholesale trade. What yan mo na bali contribute ikolo government lem, whereby all kita lipem. Yumi everyone collectively yumi pem. Akata ali collect na mo limagam remittance ikolo government. So meeting sa discussion na important. Yumi need lo tok mo find them out whereabout ali sa coming la system. Government blame me address issue blow revenue generation. Thank you.
Thank you. Olarol, you got one more question.
Thank you. While Mike is stop place here, me want them. You may stop talk about now, yeah. But I think a small mathematics, small calculation, income way you may carry you may show him lo graph long way. Only no stop now. Lo VAT continues to grow. Look, blow me all same. How can we grow it better? If you charge more or reduce the charges, that will affect it a little bit like that. But at the end of the day, it's a consumer tax. It depends on how many people consume within your market. So for the long term, we need to develop tourism. Because all people here only come, only pay something, only leave him tax behind, only go. Population play you me 300,000 or something also. If we can aim to double that in tourism or triple it, then we will look at that graph and say, is it going that way more or is it not? I think we need to start taking long-term and bigger pictures of what is happening and what will happen in the future. This is, I think, my last advice to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. You got any last question where you feel you must ask him? So, Annie.
Thank you, Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, all ministers. Thank you, Lord, forum here. Forum here is very important. Mr. Onia, mi sebut Kelvin Law, FIPA. Imi all consumers. Imi ben fat. Imi all business houses. Imi collect them. Now imi talk about all bus drivers. All mania. Only ben fuel every day. Only ben fat every day. Low fuel law kata. Only ben wheel time only change. All spare parts only ben fat. And all businesses only go ben. Only karamani kam kim la government. So one woman lotana, for example, he sell one round cabbage. He got 100 blem now, yeah. He go to store. He got 1 tin fish. He ben fat. From store, he ben fat law. Lobo 7 is. From 99% law, you mean import dependent country. If you produce plant something, so, Mimi wanted the biggest issue of Blessea, also Hemidalan. Vanuatu, Hemi1 transit, financial transit country no more. Wala receive lo yumi ligaromanigam, everyone you go imported goods. You go support the mall industry somewhere. Probably China, probably where. And that's the biggest issue we should address them. If you go karamani lo passport ikam, mania hemi go. Hemi go outside lo country, hemi transit no more. You may need blow, you may got all policies or somewhere Lady hamidalam. How now why you produce one product you plomani blemi is the country. And also what Deputy Prime Minister Italem, last one blemi is that full of life today. If you have income, if you have Mr. Ask him government blow, you organize someone more forum. Low income. One friendly debate, low income. What the world for, or get the world no one them. You mean it, you talk about something. We're not afraid. This is a good dialogue by Mr. Molsemia. If you talk about them, only one them haram expenses for government, you organize one more forum, you talk about expenses for Yaran. This is a good dialogue by Mr. Molsemia. Mr. Encourage him. I think was some level. Maybe just come back, me go to private sector, we come back, we start with the government now, yeah. And maybe one time say about government, by me. Organize one forum, low income tax, where you make a friendly debate. Because at the moment, also when you tell fat, small man law islands, you mean everyone, you be fat. Thank you.
Thank you, Sowani. Lo comments, please. Miluko sa Antonio and then make one last one. So, by me take maybe last comment, please.
Well, thank you very much, MC. Really appreciate that one. I thought the government would be the last one to talk, but anyway. I would like to thank that lovely lady standing there and they're making that comments. I will ask you something. Where's the cooperative in Tana that was growing the potato that I was eating when I was a child? We were not importing it. Where is it? I'm asking you. Where's the onion farmers in AP that was producing AP that we were not importing before the independence? Where is it? The problem being is we can have all those great initiatives, but they need to be structured. We had the EDF 11 where billions and billions has been put into agriculture with no structure in place. I wish they would have put a structure and a market outcome before putting the money into it. And I mean, all in your favor, we are depending. But let's do it collectively because we are spending billions and billions into our economy, into our rural areas with no outcome. And I wish that's going to be changed. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. So before by me passing me to Deputy Prime Minister, I think me want to summarize some discussion, please. Well, first of all, me tell them thank you. You've everyone you've contribute meaningfully to all discussions. I think you me touch and plan the points. You got plan the discussions and me go around issue play expenditure. Yes, me want something where by government and me need to seriously look him and might by you me organize one narrow forum to talk about all expenditure of the government. Narrow something where you may be discussing maybe lo side law compliance. Yes, you may acknowledge them, say got all loopholes stuff where you may need to work together with him. You may also talk about how you may grow a productive sector. You got some very good comments will come out this morning and now afternoon. So back again, I need him some good for policy thinking lo government lo save grow a productive sector play yumi. You got some good for suggestion too, look back and lo get fees and charges where government and Mr. implement them now, yeah. And also, you got some good for suggestion too. You can blow government and must got regular dialogues with them, private sector, and me believes Prime Minister with them Deputy Prime Minister to establish and Prime Minister he confirm finish and by he got all kind of meetings also. Make him say, you may everyone, you may establish same board, more you may work together to develop them country play you me. Yes, I think I may one brief summary law one way you may been discussing throughout the Q&A session play me. I think by me go back and put in Prime Minister, more Deputy Prime Minister, plus have closing time play me. Thank you.
Deputy Wadamol Gada Minister Solembi, President Blo FCCI, what every business houses where you will have come. Thank you, Lord, this very frank and open discussion government me stop all time lo listen lo concerns play vula. And me tell them thank you. We will have raised him some of the very valid and very constructive comment. We by him is have help him government blow how blow address some of the issues here. I think today full up lo you follow we will been ten up what them hope say by you may discuss him think blow income tax. You will have him respond blow Deputy Prime Minister government. Have me no pass him any policy yet below income tax. And Deputy Prime Minister have me also raise him the fact that have me stop. Suppose he got anything below talk about him by you me karam back and come low one forum also. Below you will have scrutinize him, give him all views before government have execute him. I think one misconception no more. Me look at thing you will lo VCCI, you will chama head. Lo talam se government me sab introduce income tax, and that they will come. Lo me talam straight lo you will se government no pass any policy lo income tax. Lo social media already only start attacking government lo mataya, and all information that you may have run me very powerful. And before you put anything outside law way. Consult with them government. Me take them say you may need blow cut more dialogue, blow cut more views blow you especially lo some lo got areas lo side lo private sector and even lo ting blow government. Government them is stop lo me work with them you me and me take them full up lo all grievances lo side blow all performance blow public service and then me one fact. And me one big fella elephant, and we miss up address him. By take them time from full up get the ting and miss up inside law, full up ting blow public service play me. So blow you can't blow you address him. And me you also say me affect them the whole public sector. So government slowly and miss up work blow find them way, what a true law reform, or even law one get the sector blow how blow deal with them all issue. And me want them to give him assurance back and lo evil ever one say government me stop all time lo me dialogue. Me take an opportunity to blow me tell them thank you lo you follow way will continue to provide job opportunities lo ni Vanuatu. And tell them thank you lo all got fat contributions where you will stop contribute to the government. I got one more meeting whereby you make out before and blow year, look all the different opportunities, all investment opportunities, and we take them note lo ting lo side lo how we may have grow him some look at the ting ya maybe lo place now idea blow public private partnership and have come into play. Lo me tell them lo you say all got the lawyer have me stop finish. Now suppose you want them to engage with them government law any law ting ya, law people in infrastructure, you have approach them government, create them one consortium, approach them government, maybe law different sectors, same trade or agriculture, and even law site for infrastructure. Unfortunately, you may not receive many approach law. Some law you all get the business houses, make them government and miss look outside. When them now all potentials where miss have a all investor only come, particularly low side below all infrastructure. But the cat provisions under law below you may stop. And me encourage them you follow talk with them government, look at all different opportunity, how we must have a work together, engage, maybe one public-private partnership arrangement, and then emerging by Hemi one win-win situation. So again, thank you, you follow. We will turn up today by Hemi. Last meeting, also when we stress him today after one question when we been raised, by you make at one calendar meeting blow you me and last one and now lo this year and hopefully lo next year by you make a 3 more kind meeting also. Now, before me finish, once time where obviously me establish him, me no have a name to him, but me just find him name to him. All grievances you will send them directly or come butum lo box here. Whereby him stop lo obviously Prime Minister, and then me what them teach me by me will go on a weekly basis, lo find them out and then see how we can address it through lo the different portfolio. Anything where government may have help lo improve all services me come lo please put name you inside what them mobile number you or contact you. From all implications, lot of different issues where you miss a handle. Me no want them fire many man and then learn blue day, but me just one hearsay. You have to have facts and substance, lo when we want them to raise them, so that government by him is have a walk, lo hem, lo address him. Again, tell them thank you, lo Deputy Prime Minister, what them all team blehem. Where he sabe butom on this forum. But he sabe say full up level come the table. I think around the government from income tax. But you will find them out say no, it's still stop loss. So hold your horse. Why you may work together, blow deal with them all issues on case by case. What them every talk ya. Thank you. Me declare him say forum me he come law end. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. Lo make a closing remarks. Yeah. I think me want to take a chance back and more. Thank you, Liu, mo Deputy Prime Minister, all honorable ministers, all members of Parliament, all rep lo you lo private sector. Thank you too much. Please la haram sing out pro government mo you will have come lo all discussions lo today. Also, Honorable Prime Minister Italem. He may no first one, but he no last one. Thank you to all public servants. We will start all DGs, all directors, all naroan. We will have again time block ham lo place ya. You me have a story and sorry no more think time play me he short little bit, but next time by you me try and discuss more plan the all kata issues where you me start talk about today. You make at lunch step outside. I think before we buy you go by me ask him director of customs. Suppose we use have come Grace mo close and time play.
Me ask him everyone you may rise up you may close some time play you me with them one pray. You may come before court lo pray me pray. High Court Papa me fly come before you lo this moment in time me fly. When them praise him name play you, motalem thank you lo you. Lo way me fly save kata together. High Court you give me fly one country where me got one constitution and me fast me fly with them all values. Me fly tell them thank you lo this moment me one time when me fly save dialogue openly. With them all valuable respect, all valuable dignity, all valuable mutual understanding lo how me fly save distribute them good. Wealth where you bless them lo this nation. I quote Papa me fly pray lol. Business people will present lo here today. Thank you all good for the work, all contributions will been making in the past. He come kasem today and of course by the future me go. We will want them praise you from Right Honorable Prime Minister or them Deputy Prime Ministers. All get the ministers, all get the honorable members of the Parliament. Well, is have a sitting today, lo this for the forum, lo me fly ceremony thing together. High Court me fly pray as me fly walk out lo this meeting by blessing blow you. Mo spirit lo given blow you and me go first time and me pia and me vela. Bless them all thing yes me fly continue. Lo maintain them ongoing dialogues. Lo me fly look how me fly save. Bring him country lo me vela. And me go lo one way where me straight lo will mo lo I play you. Me fly pray this moment as me fly dismiss blow ko karam small kakai. Nourishment where me step outside me fly ask him blessing blow you over him. Help him blow me strengthen him body blow me fly run for our good and for your service. All get us something ya all time if like no forget employ return and back praise. Glory mohona ikam lo high name you. Me fly ask him all these blessings. True lo name son be cheers for me savior. Mo master me fly everyone. Amen.